Information technology. Well, by definition, it's the study and use of computing and telecommunications systems, and we use it to manipulate data. We store data, we retrieve data, we transmit data, and computing systems talking to each other on a consistent basis. I actually have both my education as a computer scientist with a Bachelor of Science degree, specializing in programming, but I also have a Data Center Associate certification and IC3 certification. I have begun studies for a Master of Science degree in Information Technology Management, and I continue to study as it's always a learning curve in this industry, especially with so many facets about technology and telecommunications. So I also indulge a lot in web design, and I have a desire for that. So I've completed some certifications there, and just an ongoing, continuous basis, I continue to study and specialize to become better at what I do. So I have been in this field for over 20 years. I would say that I may be showing my age a little bit, but to be exact, it's 25 years. And I have been in different capacities throughout my career thus far. I'm glad you asked. So what made me interested in this field actually stems from my youth. I would say I grew up kind of focused on being an engineer or computer scientist or something of that nature. I used to enjoy fixing transistor radios. I would take them apart. I would try and figure out a way to reconnect the threads and wires and figure out what was causing the radio to be distorted if the signal wasn't coming through, if it was only coming through on one side and it wasn't a balanced signal. I'm tinkering inside of a transistor radio. My mom, my dad, may had an issue, and they would call me to come and see what I could do to get it working again, get rid of the static. So that's how I got started in doing this technical, I would say, track, and as far as getting into computing. I am, I would say, a well-rounded individual. I'm very loyal. I'm determined and persistent to make certain that I get things done. If I begin to work on something, you can believe that I'm going to complete it. The type of individual who has an array of desires and visions that I want to see come to light, and I put forth the effort. I can't say that it's always going to be in the same year that it may have began. This depends on life in that sense, but I don't give up on myself, and I continue to move forward at that. I'm a graduate of Morgan State University Computer Science Department, and I've even studied at Johnson C. Smith University in computer science. I also studied with University of Maryland, University College, and that's where I began looking at working on my master's. I had the honor of being even selected when I was at Morgan State for the NASA Supercomputing Institute early in my education there. So I would say that I have been in and around technology. I've been studying music since I was 8 years old, where I could play by sight and play by ear, never sing a piece. As young as 4 years old is when I first started just playing by ear. My brother used to play guitar in a band, so he got a little toy organ and he started playing something, and I sat down right behind him and, got inquisitive and played exactly what I heard. So I am very well rounded. And so what made me begin my organization is definitely over the years noticing that there, first and foremost, were not a lot of females or women or girls even getting involved in technology or the field at all on any capacity. And so that was one thing that I have been passionate about, is making certain that I get something going that would help educate women and girls particularly. But I also began developing my organization more so after the year 2008, when I was a Geek Squad manager and realized the niche that existed overall for all types of individuals, no matter what level they sat in a particular organization. I've helped CEOs and CTOs as a Geek Squad manager.